Sloss and Humphries on the road.
Muggins and Cream, Cream and Muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
That's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head to me.
Welcome to another episode of me being stoned alone in my man cave. Oh no, there you are. I just want to see. I wonder if we could get the numbers for how many people turned off there. I would love to just see the little graph of like people being like, "Oh, it's there. Oh, never mind. Fuck it, I'm gone."
I was a little bit sad that we didn't get a chance to just run that through. I was going to just stay as quiet as possible.
Just see how long it took for my train of thought to run out, and then you would have jumped in, being like, "Here's what your train of thought was," and then you would have lost yours, and then, well, we would have just been back in the fucking swing of things.
And then people watching the YouTube version would be like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Yeah.
You're just going to just pretend like, can anybody else see Kai?
Yeah, this joke does not work in a visual medium.
That's funny. I had Cullen was around mine yesterday, and I was running the narrative that Peggy was looking at me and Natalie, wondering if we could also see Cullen. Because she looked so confused by his presence.
Aye.
And she kept like looking at us and looking at Cullen, and it was like, she doesn't think we can see you.
Aye. Kaelin has very much the same reaction to him. Though he does like his accent. I think it's because everyone else sounds normal. Everyone else that he's heard sounds normal, and then there's just a random Irish accent, and he'll always go, "Hold on, hold on. What? Who chose that option?"
That is subnormal.
Aye, hold on. Aye,
when you're selecting your character who picks the default voice 57.
Yeah, you've listened to all of them. You went through the other 56. You went, "Oh, this one's the fucking best one, is it?"
Not for me.
Well,
definitely press randomise Cullen, didn't he?
Well, speaking of Cullen, thank you to everyone who heckled him with baldy all weekend.
Oh, we need to get that. I haven't got the right thing on.
Oh, they're doing it at home. The fact that it's already in people's heads. Baldy!
Got heckled to him so many times in Dublin. So many times. He got hashtagged.
Great. He's not even bald. It's the best bit. Oh, it's so good. See, that's what some people just don't understand about insults and bullying. You go, sometimes it's funnier when it's not true.
I mean, he is.
He's the baldest out of all of us, and that's the rule, right? You don't have to be fat to get the fat jokes. You just have to be the fattest of the friends to get the fat jokes, right? You're just going to... Look, part of life, whether we like it or not, is bullying your friends, because you're not allowed to beat people up, and we don't want to beat people up, and we don't want to actually bully people in real life. But
it's
you've still got those
violation.
Yes,
it's a rat experiment.
You've got those urges. Look, it's ingrained into us. It'd be class to fucking pin people down and go, "You fucking suck," but you can't do that because it's happened to us. We understand. We've got empathy, and it affects people growing up. But what if you could do that with a condom on? What if you could do bullying with a condom on? Bully your friends. Bully your friends.
Just like right up to the edge.
Yeah.
Like know where the edge is. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Maybe from time to time you cross the line.
Yeah. But
you have to find out where the line is.
But you like Batman them over the edge. You like the ledge is there and you're holding them over and being like, "I will fucking drop you." You can say whatever you like to your friends. And if they can't handle it, guess what? Not your friends.
I went over the line with a friend the other day and he DM'd us to stop. And then I was like that Spock meme from The Simpsons where I was like, "My work here is done, but you didn't do anything, didn't I?" And then just disappeared.
That's gotta look, it's not to be toxic here, he said before he was about to get toxic. It's not a particularly masculine behaviour, is it? Excuse me, mate, could you stop bullying me and the other? It's just...
I'm like, "Oh, sorry, mate. I swing all the time. I don't mean for any of them to land."
Aye. Well, because
But it's good to know I've still got it. Just grabbing your knuckles like, I thought we were sparring.
Yeah, because look, on the other side of things, there's sometimes when you think that you're very... Or you are quite sensitive about something, whether it's been a recent thing, whether it's been an ongoing thing, or something that everyone else has known but you've only worked out. But one of your sort of insecurities or something embarrassing that you've done in the past has come to light and it's in your head.
It just takes you back to a bad moment in your life.
Sometimes you think to yourself, "Oh God, like I hate that so much," and it takes somebody else to like pull out of you, to point and laugh at it, and then at first you're like, "Fuck you," and you go, and it takes them going, No, I'm not laughing at you and that thing. you and me are laughing at that thing you did.
I'm trying to help you through this.
Yeah,
by trivializing it, minimalizing it,
and we're separating away from you. You can't laugh at it because you think it's part of who you are, and you've had it, and that's why when everyone else is laughing at it, you feel attacked because you associate it with yourself too much. So what I'm trying to do here is bring you over this side of the fucking wall. Look, now we can both point and laugh at it. Look at that. Yeah, you did it. You're an idiot, but look at that fucking thing.
You're going back over the wall and living in that existence, by the way. I'm staying over here and laughing.
Aye, so just come over here and laugh at that. Laugh at that fucking thing you did.
That bullying with a condom on. Like, we were just talking before about how good South Park is, how it's still fucking going, but how abhorrent Cartman is.
Just the most unforgivable character. There's no kindness to him. There's no fucking empathy to it. The genius of the character is just this came from.
It's the worst part of you, but like turned into a person.
Yes, aye. And look, we've all got the possibility and we all have been Cartman at some points in our life, but the point is Cartman 100% of the time.
And we'll laugh at him because it's the side of you that you'd absolutely repress because you know it's abhorrent.
Aye. But to see it out there played to its fucking extremes with the reaction, because everyone else in the show knows how abhorrent Cartman is. It's not as if he definitely gets away with it, but oh God, that episode of him, it's the nagger episode. I think it's an apology to Jesse Jackson is the name of it. But the B plot line of it is just him being very, very unsensitive towards a little person. And it tickled me from the inside out.
Because it's so bad.
It's just the worst. It's just the worst. Childish fucking behaviour.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking on as well. I appreciate that you called your child a mix between mine and Cullen's name. Kaelin. It was like you didn't know like Kai or Cullen, and you're like, oh.
Well, man, there is an Instagram post where like last year when I said I had to name my firstborn Kai because Kai Havertz scored in the Champions League final.
Can we not talk about that man?
Look, look, some footballing decisions are very interesting and go towards people who've been corrupt as a club for much longer. You're just Newcastle, you're recently bought out by morally bereft bastards, and you're now an evil club, but you're just not used to it yet. You've not managed to pay off the refs yet.
We haven't paid off the right people, have we?
No,
we're new to corruption.
You're new to it. You're new to it. Whereas Chelsea, and they fucking schooled you in corruption yesterday.
Fucking coming home to roost, though, isn't it?
Aye. Well, look, for the time being, I'm a Chelsea fan. I was a Chelsea fan when the money came in. The second it leaves, I'm off as well.
Yeah, I didn't deny being a glory seeker.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did you not find it very interesting that I came the second Mourinho was signed, the Fran Abramovich came in, and now I'll absolutely leave the second the glory years are over. I wasn't born there. Boring. No, I'll go where the evil money is. I like football, okay? I like football. I'm going to watch.
I'm only not ripping you to shreds on this, right? Because I can see you joking about it, but it's actually happening. Right? And as a Newcastle fan who's been through thick and thin, watched them in the Championship, paid £5 a month to the website so I could watch the games because they're not on Match of the Day anymore. Right? I feel like there's a certain honour in it. But also, I get to get into the match with you. Because I know who your next club's going to be.
Man, the thing is, I think changing your football team it's not even a sin because it's such a no-no. It's one of the most looked down. You know how both the left and the right hate paedophiles, right? It's the only thing we have in common, right? Is that we both accuse each other of being fucking paedophiles, right? The footballing equivalent of that is one, Liverpool, and two, it's nobody changes their fucking club. It's
noncery. It's the shithousery.
Aye.
Which is
if you're doing the shithousery, it's fine. If someone else is doing the shithousery, it's shite. But whether you're doing the noncery or someone else is doing the noncery, it's wrong. Bad.
You're doing football noncery.
Absolutely. And look,
and the worst thing is, you've set your stall out now, right? So it's so early days. Chelsea might end up being taken over by somebody who stabilises the ship, builds them back up.
Which I think is the case.
Right?
Which I think will be the case.
You've actually You've already said the words. The fucking horse is bolted through the box.
Just look, at the moment, for the time being, I'm playing a character. For the time being, I'm going, look, hey, look, here's
You're the heel?
here's the worst person to be in this situation. Here's objectively the worst person to be, and I'm just pretending to be this person. I'm just pretending. But circumstances might change to the point where maybe I want this mask to be a permanent facelift. And
I like the mask.
Yeah, I like the mask a lot. It's better than my actual face. Maybe I'll just keep this mask on. Toon Black and White Army.
So I love my wife more than Newcastle. My wife means more to me than Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
But there is more chance of me leaving my wife than there is of me leaving Newcastle.
Yeah, aye. Well, yeah. But you were, you and Newcastle were childhood sweethearts. You grew up together. You saw.
She never forgives us for that time I flirted with Man United. But I wasn't to know any better.
You were young.
I was just a kid.
You were just a kid, man. And also everyone.
Eric can't know. It's just there was something about him.
Everyone was flirting with Man United back then. It's Man United's fault, actually.
She was a cock tease.
She was. Aye. Look, I met Chelsea when she really came into her own. She was 21, right?
She blossomed?
She blossomed, right?
You never even looked at Chelsea in high school?
No, didn't. I sure did it for school, mate. I went to school in Scotland. I wasn't paying attention.
He looked at me like, why the fuck's he with Newcastle? And knew you're trying to angle for a threesome.
I just once she got some money in it, once she started dressing herself properly,
Taking care of herself.
I'm like, okay, aye, and she's got enough money in the world for both of us.
You're a fucking gold digger. You're an absolutely gold.
But I was in the first place. That's why I went to Chelsea. I've never claimed to.
You went from being a gold digger to a gold digging whore.
Look, I'll have it. It's always been part of record. The reason I started supporting Chelsea was I wanted an English team to support. It was in 2006. I googled where I was born, and the choices were Fulham or Chelsea. Oh. Right, and Abramovich had just gone to Chelsea.
You're not a martyr.
I'm like, that one, Chelsea. I'll go Chelsea. And so, yeah, objectively, I'm a glory hunter. I don't like the fact that I'm a glory hunter. I was 15, and it's a label I have to live with for the rest of my life. But now that I'm living with it for the rest of my life anyway, might as well fucking lean into it.
Your loyalties with Scotland.
Aye.
Oh, you're doing.
Well, yeah. My argument was always I support Scotland and I support East Fife, right? So I should be allowed to support a team that wins stuff.
Aye.
Otherwise, I'd just not enjoy football. If you go your entire life just watching Scotland, you don't like football.
Yeah, there's more to it than that, I feel. But we'll not get into that. I'll tell you one thing. I was with Colin's brother in Dublin, and I don't know how I feel about this. Colin's brother supports Real Madrid. You don't get to do that. No. You don't even get to do that on FIFA. You know when you're playing FIFA and someone picks Real Madrid, you go, nah.
No, nonsense. What are you talking about?
You're not doing that.
Aye.
That's like going, I support 90s Brazil. You're like, what, Brazil? 90s Brazil.
Yeah, just them.
Yep.
Aye. You're only allowed to support Real Madrid if you're from... Oh, no, the rest of Europe you can.
I just don't know. Because I'm still coming to terms with that. You guys pick a team in a different country and watch a different league. You have to do that. You have to.
Aye.
Well, yeah. You can watch SPL, but I've tried watching.
But it's better.
I've moved up here and I've tried watching SPL, and you may as well, if you're gonna watch.
It's better live.
If you're gonna watch SPL,
you got to do it live.
Go and do it at the fucking park and just watch a Sunday League team.
No, hey, the SPL and its lower fucking divisions is really good when you're fucking there in the stadium itself. I've been at the lower league games. I've been all the way down to fucking watch Alloa versus Brecon, right? It's fucking great. Lower league football's good because it's just how shite it is, right? And the SPL, it's good for the atmosphere in the fucking stadium. Scotland fans are fucking, good most of the time. It's a family sort of thing, but. People all over the world support the NFL.
It's about the event. It's about the event, not the game.
Aye, they watch the NFL. You get somebody in India who supports the fucking whatever
I still kind of get
Seattle Seahawks. They support them, right? And it's because the NFL is the only NFL league in the world where you can watch American football. They're not going to watch the fucking Indian football league, are they? No, it's the same thing with us. I could watch the SPL. I'm going to watch the Premier League because it's the Premier League. It's the Premier League.
I still can't get my head around when people get right into an American team, like an NFL team, but then get into the rivalries too.
Aye.
In the derby, in the nature of the derby. Because to me, for that, to be into the derby,
aye,
you have to like understand the culture of the area. Like to know what it is for like people of Sunderland coming into Newcastle and being in your pubs and going to the thing and the like kind of hostility in the city and the rivalry between the two cities. That's not something that you can know about from over the Atlantic.
No, definitely not. But that's an interesting point. But the way I see it is, man, you could right now point at a random person in the street and go, hate them, and I'd go, all right. And it'd be that fucking easy for me. It'd be that fucking easy for me. So I'd ask later on, I'd be like, you know, after I'd said something to him, I'd go, why did we just yell at that guy? But I would trust you that we fucking...
So if I told you to hate a fucking American football team, like the Nickelodeon Red Sox or whatever, right?
I hate them.
You could actually like despise them to their core.
Oh, within less than 30 seconds. Less than a fucking meditation. And it would be real and genuine. It would be... Man.
And then you could support them as soon as they come into money.
Yeah, on a dime. No, man, remember, there's just a fucking dam holding up a well of hate.
And you can point it anywhere.
Yeah.
Gun.
And I like that. Sorry, this stemmed from us, you congratulating me on calling my son, both you and Cullen's name. Kaelin, Cae.
Which you stole from a podcast listener.
There's no way anyone will ever believe that.
Nah.
No.
I mean, you signed his book in Portland.
Wrong. Did I? His name? Did I sign it?
you spelled his name wrong.
Well,
I think I don't know if there's two Kaelins, right? But one of them got in touch saying this is up in my, and it was the dad poster. So it wasn't the book that you signed; it was the dad poster, and you'd spelled it like EN.
I don't know. It was definitely the guy that wherever we were, he came in and I was signing the book and I went, what's your name? And he went, Kaelin. I went, oh my God, that's a really beautiful name. And it's also like a really Scottish sounding name. And he was like, yeah, it's Scottish. My ancestors are Scottish. And I'm like, you're white and American. I know. Like you don't ever have to, if you're a white American, you never have to explain your heritage to me. I get it.
My ancestors built the boats.
No,
we farewell.
We docked them and let them pass through. So, and then we went back and I told Cara about it and she was like, that's a really beautiful name. And our plan was for ages to just, it's over now.
Oh, did that ruin the plan?
Aye.
You were just going to like style it out like you went in.
Well, there's this urban myth that goes around that, and it's always about Bill Murray, right? That some guy was eating dinner outside of a restaurant.
Nixon chip, no one will believe you.
Yeah. Bill Murray comes up next to Chip, eats it, and goes, no one will ever believe you. And it's a very funny story because it's just about, you tell that story, nobody believes him. I wanted to do the Z-list celebrity version of that, which was, I just wanted there to be some random cunt running around Portland and be like, Daniel Sloss named his kid after me. And all of his friends would be like, okay. Yeah, I bet they did, Kaelin. What a fucking psycho. What a fucking weirdo.
I invented the name Kaelin, did you?
Aye.
Which is actually a name I'd never heard before until that moment.
Nah. Well, because we can't take it back now, but like, I think in America, because like everyone in the UK is like, oh, it's a really nice name. And then when any American's been like, that's a girl's name. And I'm like, is it? And it's because over there you get like Kaeylin, because every single American can't fucking spell for shit because they just took carte blanche with the alphabet and went, yeah, we'll make it up. We'll take U's from here and spaff over there.
The spelling text speak.
Aye. Oh, God, just
M8.
Aye.
Cara has been spinning some. She's been doing a good PR campaign for your boy.
Jeez.
He's a lovely laddie, lovely natured kid.
Aye.
He doesn't fuss on. He's just there, just chilling, looking at you, sucking his dummy, minding his biz. And little baby, lovely lad, nice natured, sweet, healthy, and all that, right? But Cara's got him doing fucking Goodwill Hunting equations on the whiteboard. She's got him doing as like a fucking abject genius. And I didn't want to take it away from her. So I tried not to patronize her. I was like,
Aye. She's the change in her. It's been the most fulfilling bit for me to watch because I've said this before and I'll say it again for the rest of my life. I knew Cara was going to be a good mum. I knew she was. Of course I fucking did, right? But everyone knew I was going to be a fucking class dad, right? I've loved kids for a very long time. I'm good with kids. If you've seen me with kids, you know I'm good. Everyone, the number one
They
thing...
give you energy. Like you can be a little bit of a fucking teenager lounge and run, but if kids come involved, you find your energy.
Yeah, and everyone would say they're going to be like, you're going to be such a good dad, you're going to be such a good dad, right? Nobody would say to Cara, you're going to be such a good mum. Maybe they knew it, maybe they didn't feel it needed to be said out loud.
They were saying you're going to be a mum.
Yeah, you're going to be a mum, and then like raising their eyebrows, being like, are you going to prepare for this? And because Cara hated every second of pregnancy, right, I'd just been there like poking her belly, being like, I'm not a mum, I'm just a host. This is some fucking...
I want a shot tequila.
There's this leech inside of me that I've never fucking met that's ruining my life. And I even in those moments, I knew she was going to be a good mum. But I was there looking at my watch going, fucking those instincts better kick in real soon. We're getting close to the wall. Like, I've heard about these instincts. I've heard they click in, but... So... As a dad, right, you kind of have to learn everything, right? Now, thankfully, I'd learned a whole bunch of fatherhood just beforehand with being around kids all the time, my friends having kids, my brothers being way younger than me. So, but even now with Kaelin, I learn little things about...
But you're doing theory. You can't learn how to drive with a book.
Yes.
Right.
You learn through doing. You learn through doing. Whereas women... Right, there's a satellite somewhere up there, right, which just has all of the information on it, and the second they give birth, it just goes, and it's an upgrade, and they go to 2 point, and it's the same person.
They download a patch,
yeah,
and you have to learn how to write the code.
It's directly installed into their thing, or you've got to type it up your fucking self.
Yeah.
And it's fine. That's fair. I get it.
And you can't even copy her workings because she doesn't know how she knows this. She's like Simon Phoenix waking up in Demolition Man,
holding a crying baby, and I go, look, my process of elimination, right, when Kaelin's crying is one, change him, right, check his nappy. Is he pissed or shat himself, right? Because he hates that. Clean him. Is he still crying after that? Right, let's give him a burp. It's probably fucking gas, massage his legs, make him ride his teeny tiny beefy cletter to school. You've got to cycle their legs, and we just do the Cartman voice. I ride my teeny tiny beefy cletter.
But in German.
Okay. I'm being murdered. Right, if he's still crying after about 5-10 minutes of that, right, you pick him up, move him around, and at that point he might need, what was the other one? Oh yeah, just try and sugar him to sleep, see if there's any sort of, dozing off, and then eventually just go, right, it's the tits, he wants some fucking milk. Whereas he'll go, ah, and Carol will go, poo, 7 on the Richter scale, no pee. And you're like, ah? What? Hey? How the fuck did that?
How do you speak that language? How do you know that?
Or I'm about to go change his fucking nappy. She's like, he's hungry. You're like, did he fucking text you?
Have you still got the umbilical cord attached
what's
to your
fucking
Wi-Fi
going
now?
on there, bitch? And she'll be the first to fucking admit it. But, man, I love that kid, but she loves that kid. And she's like, I don't feel like a mum yet. And I'm like, oh, don't you? Because you're certainly fucking acting like a psycho one.
Oh, I've seen this before. I have seen this before when Natalie takes MDMA. And she's got these big, bright, slow loris eyes, beaming, can't stop talking, and then she'll just go, I'm not feeling anything.
It's exactly that. Kara's got about a higher doses like an inbuilt version of MDMA in her head. And she's like, I don't feel like the other day she was going, I'm like, do you feel like a parent? She was, I'm not sure. Do you feel like a dad? I'm like, I definitely feel like a parent. Like, I've got a baby. He's mine. I've got feeling towards him. He knows who I am. We do things together. I feel like a parent. I don't feel like a dad yet. I don't feel like I love him, but I'm not getting much of it back yet. So it's not like that relationship there. She's like, oh yeah. I feel very, very, very similar. And within 30 seconds, she was like, I can't remember how we got into the topic of bullies. She was like, if I ever found out that Kaelin was getting bullied, I would have no problem just killing that child dead on the spot. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, real friend instincts kicking in.
Yeah.
Real acquaintance instincts, that.
Yeah. Okay, you keep.
Yeah, but a colleague.
She's a changed woman. But it's also the thing we keep saying is like I don't feel any different. Like I don't feel any different in the sense that, man, I'm the exact same person I was a month ago. It's not changed my opinions. It's not to change my approach to life. It's not
your hobbies. You're not like
hobbies, interests.
yeah.
I feel, and it's quite jarring for like because we keep going. We're waiting for the other book to drop because everyone talks about how it's this massive change in your life, and we're like, oh God, we're both fucking the same person, but it's not. It's not changed who we are, but it's. But at the same time, it's changed everything about it. It's changed your priorities.
Yeah.
And that's the big difference, is just the number one priority in your life for the first time ever in your life isn't you. And that's what, everything else is the same, right? And you're going to be the exact same person. But your first thought of the fucking day and the last one before you go to bed is, this little cunt.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Aye. And
Unless other people out there who are new parents can tell me that you really, really love your child and we've missed the mark. Which I'd be fucking terrified about.
Maybe it's a fulfillment thing. Maybe you already had fulfillment. Maybe it's like if a baby's born into like somebody that's just directionless and rudderless, and then has the baby and that direction's focused by that. It might just be it might be that change.
Well, good. Well, because for anyone that does feel the instant love, fucking class, congratulations. But I'm just out here for anyone that's new parent. Man, I'm telling you straight up, if you don't love that kid for the first month, do not worry about it. Like, don't post about it, right? Don't brag about how.
Do you think maybe some of these Facebook posts are like an overcompensating for the insecurity of not feeling the thing?
100%, because
my world and all that, and you're just trying to like force the narrative.
Man, we've spoken about it so many times before because it's the truth of the entire world, which is you should never compare yourself to other people, whether that be in your friends group, especially in your career. You should never compare your career to other people's careers. You should never compare your personal life, because it's just a way to flog yourself with other people's achievements.
It's actually it's really unattractive trait as well when you get, because it comes across as bitterness, doesn't it? When you start like
and it's just it's another way for you to just punish yourself, but not even for your shortcomings, but for somebody else's successes. That is particularly fucking impossible or hard to do in parenthood, because it's not like your job where you're like, oh, I want to be the fucking best at this because I'd like a fucking raise. It's like, I have to be good at this because I love this thing so much. And also, if I don't do a good job of this at all of society is going to fucking judge me. Like, all of it. Yeah. So I imagine that I've got a lot of more sympathy than I expected to have for any of these parents that proudly boast about what good parents there are. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah,
if you're insecure and you need to shout about how good a job you're doing, shout away.
If that helps you be motivated, it helps you drive.
If telling people how much you love your kid makes you love your kid more,
fake it till you make it, baby.
Go fucking right on, brother. I'll join in the line. I love your kid too. He's class. What an unugly little cunt.
Yo, I was chatting to Gav on the way here, because he's like, again, trying to find it hard not to compare to other kids to find out where your kids are in the state of development, but he's finding it hard because his 9-month kid is walking around now and popped a squat jump where she just from squatting jumped up and landed it, and she's 9 months and he's got a car. It looks like CGI, and I've seen videos of her and it's like the dancing baby. And he's just like, it's hard for us not to get other kids, and like he's having to really sell in. But he's like, I'm already thinking about getting her on the climbing wall, and she's not even a year old.
Well, if you want to calm him down, if you want, I can get Cara to phone him and tell him that Kaelin nearly rolled over 2 days ago.
And he laughed.
Yeah. Oh, fucking this bitch, right? So me and Cara have this ongoing joke throughout our entire fucking relationship that whenever I turn my back, apparently magical stuff happens, right? First time when we were in New York together, when we fell in love, it was the first time we ever were like, okay, let's give this a go. I took her to Central Park just to get her some fresh air because otherwise she doesn't fucking sleep. And she loves all animals.
You talk about her like she's a baby.
Well, I used to. And she was, I can't remember what she was trying to...
first stroll in the park.
Just put it in the back of the car, just had to tie her out, drove around at night time under loads of street lights.
Put Baby Shark on.
She does love that song. I turned my back, or I was walking ahead of her. I didn't turn my back at her. I was walking, she got distracted by animals, and she was trying to feed some birds, and apparently a bird landed on her finger and ate out of her hand. And I'm like, of course it did, Cara.
Right, Snow White.
When nobody else was fucking paying attention.
Full your laundry as well, did they?
No. To be fair, this probably did happen. They're Central Park birds. They're very used to human beings. It's very likely to take that. But it's very... The game is, these things do happen, and the worst thing in that moment is to not be believed when something magical happens. So that's the bit. That's the whole fucking bit. She did it the other day with him rolling over. She does it, like, he does smile for her all the time. The other day, I'm like... He's asleep. I'm like, do you mind if I just go out and play on my computer for an hour? Just give the second he's awake and the second he's in exchange, drop me a text. But I just want to go play a game. She's like, aye, go ahead. I'm out here. 15 minutes later, I look down at my phone. And she's like, he just laughed. And I'm like, this bitch. He's mad. Kai, he's not even 5 weeks old. They don't laugh at this stage, right? But the thing is that she goes, I'm like, was it like laughing at one of them? What joke did you tell him, right? What was the bit you were doing? She was like, no, it's just as he was falling asleep, he just did like an evil little Chucky laugh. And I'm like, why would that be the lie you came up with? I'm like, why are you telling people this fucking story?
It's just like he's not happy. He's like,
It's just like a cunning little plan.
Just come up with a new way to shit himself.
Aye, but he's so close to being rewarded. It's like, I love him, I think, but I always,
But at the minute he's a Tamagotchi.
Yeah, aye.
At the minute you've just got to keep these bars full.
Yeah, and man, I could look at that cunt for hours, and I do. I'll look at him for ages, but I'm going, this will be way funner when I'm getting react, because points I'm just making faces at him, and he's just staring at me, and I'm like, right, cool, I can happily stare at you too, man. Like, we can just stare at each other and we'll both be getting different things from it. But it would be nice for him to...
He looks deep into your soul as well. I've seen him on.
Yeah.
Because I was holding him before.
While wildly unimpressed.
I mean, it looks like he's digging you out. It looks like he's fucking... He's looking at you like, I'm on to you. Like... I was like, relay it back to his Kaelin. What are you saying? What are you saying? Looking at your insecurities and fears.
Aye. I haven't, me and Cara were talking about this the other day, have not, one of the big surprises for me, and big surprises for her with me, was if we were asked beforehand, what did we think the biggest problem was going to be during it? It was going to be my sleeping. Like, you've toured with me. You know what I'm fucking like when I've not slept. I'm a miserable cunt when I've had 8 hours.
I'll just not talk to you.
Aye.
I wouldn't like to collab with you on raising a baby. I don't even like having basic small talk with you when you're like that.
Aye. Right. So, I mean, one of my big fucking fears of it as well is being like, how am I going to fucking deal with, the lack of sleep? Man, turns out, dead fine. Because you get it eventually. You can get 8 hours just over the course of 10 to 11 hours. Like,
you're just trying to grab sleep when you can.
No. Like, fucking, if there's any...
Just neglecting them for 8 hours.
Well, no, but it's just, people always go, you've got to sleep when they sleep. And you're like, oh, yeah, I'll go for a 1 o'clock nap, will I? After the fucking coffee, I had to wake myself up a couple of hours to go to keep up with the fucking...
So you get 16 hours sleep. What are you complaining about?
Like, if you're a parent and you're able to sleep when your kid's sleeping, fucking, you're more tired than I am, and fucking props to you for doing it, well done. But me and Cara look at each other. If he's having a 5 hour nap during the day, we're like, class, 5 hours without him. I'm going to go play.
Read my book.
Read my book. Going to go fucking play Xbox, do whatever. Nah. During the night, I've said to Cara, I'm like, look, I'll do all nappies. That's the bare minimum I can fucking do, right? Yeah. If you want to do them, great. If you want to take one off my hands, grand. But at any point you slap me, nappy jobs, I'll step up.
Yeah, you've like, you've got, I'll do the bins.
Yeah.
It's like that. You're like, this is one of my jobs. I'll add it to my job.
It's one of my jobs. You're fucking breastfeeding the cunt all day long, and when you're not breastfeeding them, you're milking yourself like some sort of capitalist cow. Like, literally, there's points where the woman I love more than anyone on this planet, she'll be sitting there, guys. She'll be having. He's asleep, right? She's finally got him off. She's managed to put him down gently without waking him up. She's tucked him in. She always makes sure she's tucked in. She's finally got a moment with her cat where she's alone with her cat. She's there just stroking. And I'll just go over and go, hey, fucking milk yourself right now. Milk yourself right this instant.
Yeah, just because he's asleep doesn't mean he clock off.
I fucking get like, hey, over the fucking, over the trough, wet.
The dairy gulag.
Aye. So she's got to be on the ball all the fucking time. I'm like, nappies is me. So during the night, he obviously, I've said to her, I'll do nappies, I'll do the fucking burping as well. The one thing I'll not do, I'm not having a conversation with you at 1 a.m, 3 a.m, 5 a.m, and 7 a.m. I'm not doing it. I don't care how your night's going. If he's awake and he's screaming, we'll do it together. But if he's breastfeeding and you're bored, get a book.
You're like, don't bring me into it.
Phone someone in Australia, right? Get the time difference right. Because man, I can change a nappy on 15% consciousness, and I can do it in under a minute. Right? It's one of the great.
You cannot hear gossip.
If I concentrate, I can convince myself it's a shit dream. She just hits me. I get up. I do it fucking blind. Put it on. Hand him back. Go back to sleep.
So did you have to have like a meeting? You kind of tired of it last time in the morning, man.
No. Cara knows me better than I know myself. She's not tried anything, and also, I mean, she, falls. I think the only time it happened was because she didn't want to fall asleep with him on her, because that's when you hear all the fucking horror stories, like you're breastfeeding, you fall asleep, baby falls asleep, and then you flipped yourself over during the night and then sat in his face and it's dead. Like that's the, So she was like, can you just like stay awake with me to keep me awake? And I'm like, yeah, or sit up straighter. How about, or you sit up straight instead of that?
Oh, can you just put these matchsticks in your eyes? How about that? Compromise.
Aye.
It's just about compromise.
Why don't you play some really loud music through these noise cancelling headphones? No, because at the start of our relationship, you'll remember this. Cara only slept 5 hours a night, and it was, and I thought it was going to be the thing that broke our relationship, because sleep's so important to me and it's so unimportant to her. I was like, there's no way we'll be able to get through this. Turns out that's her fucking superpower, man. Aye. And I need 8 hours, just accumulatively. Though I am fucking waiting for whenever our first fucking gig back is, my first night being away. I wonder what it would be like to actually have a...
Are you looking for your first hotel room?
Not at the moment, no. Like, genuinely, like, this has been great. Like, it's been really, really nice to be home.
Be honest, are you looking for your first hotel room?
I
would be real.
Well,
like, they take the selfish... Like, just... You're getting up, you're waking up at intervals, right?
Aye.
You're going to feel guilty because Cara still has to do that when you're away. But you'd have to just be able to lie down in that bed and wake up when you wake up of natural causes.
Look, I'm looking forward to passing out in a hotel room. I'm looking forward to, like, the gigs we've got. I think it's, I'm doing Paris and I think my first big one is, doing Paris, and then me and G are doing the Scandinavian ones, and that's like a proper fucking...
I think G's in Paris with you as well, is he not?
He is, aye.
Yeah,
aye.
Cool, because there's certain ones I couldn't do when they're rearranged.
But me and the Paris one, it was just me and Gareth going to Paris, then back that night. But the Scandinavia ones is us there for like 4 or 5 days. Aye. And I keep saying to Karen, I'm like, I'll miss you. And she's like, I don't buy
you don't need to sugarcoat that. Like, you've got a golden ticket and you know it.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be smug about it. You can't dance out the house like, so long, sucker, but you can't lie either.
Well, she's like, are you going to go drink? And I'm like, I'm going to get mullered. There's nothing. Why would I not? What fucking solidarity are you talking about? What a waste of my free time. I'm going to be bluttered.
Like, if she got the opportunity to do that, you'd cry with happiness for her.
Aye. Well, so she's got her first, she's got a hen do this Saturday.
And then a Buddhist the week after.
Oh, fuck off.
Terrible.
Aye, it took me a while there. I was like, the hen do was so debauched that she became a Hindu.
There you
go. She's got a hen do on Saturday, so this week she's got to just milk herself constantly, and then I've got a full night, just me and him, and that's when I might start trying to turn him against her.
Aye.
I think, if I can do it.
How are you going to do it? Subtly.
I don't know. I think I'll take bond in. Like, I think she keeps interrupting us when we play computer games together, which is she'll be like, "Can you burp him?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." And what I'll do is I'll put my son over my shoulder and then walk through and play PlayStation. I'll pat his back and he burps and he falls asleep, and then we just sit there playing that. She'll come through and she's like, "That's probably not a comfortable sleep for him." And I'm like, He's a tiny ball of mush. Like you can do whatever with him. You can fold them.
He'll let you know if he's not comfortable.
Aye. And also
They've got real good inbuilt alarms for shit that they don't like.
No, just screaming and stuff. So I think but it's different for her going out. Like it's for me going out. It's oh god, I'm gonna be. Worst case scenario is I'm gonna be hungover while dealing with a baby. She's got milk that he eats.
Yeah.
And it's different. Like me being
you get milk from the shop. Just use.
Oh, well, no, I can't. He watched it.
They put decent apparel.
No, because he's so smart. He watched Cowspiracy the other day. So
it's not about the milk. It's just the water usage. And
he just finds it. He just because he's so advanced for his age. I was watching Cowspiracy and he almost rolled over, and while he was almost rolled. All of Cara's stories about our son are Elliot's stories.
I nearly got into a fight. I nearly pulled. Like, when you just report back when you do something.
But that way I'll never talk to you guys.
So she has to milk herself and set up this baby with
and also
for a life without her, whereas you could just go.
Yeah, and also if I get back from a night out and I'm drunk, I can just go to sleep and and then I'll wake up in the morning and be hungry for him. She's got to feed him during this time. At some points he just won't settle with me. Yeah. And that's because I don't smell like his mum and she's way.
So you're going to stop putting Cara's perfume on and all that and wearing her dresses?
Yeah, well, I started small. I started with her underwear. just to see if he notices. But no, so far neither she, actually.
But I quite like it. I'm going to live this way.
Enough about my son. How's your daughter?
My daughter?
Your child.
You're talking about my dog?
Aye.
Peggy's good, man. She's our age. She's grown up. She's just become a woman.
Aye. She's on a period.
Aye. Bleeds everywhere. Little spots of blood. Licks it up.
So that's their version of a tampon. It's just
they just clean it.
Does her attitude change? How women get all this during it.
Fucking she's yapping on a bit like she's fucking barking on all the time. She's fucking the changes I've noticed with her is she's like being a bit more vocal and just being fussy about her dinner.
Oh,
she's not really eating her dinner. And, like you fucking start feeding her, and she'll sometimes go on and then have it. And I don't know
how long does that period last?
I don't know if the two things are connected. It's every 6 months for like 7 to 10 days.
Okay, every 6 months.
But it's not changes with her. It's changes with boy dogs around her.
Just trying to fucking
the fucking whole neighbourhood's fucking peering through the windows and that. Like fucking there's that one.
No,
it's like she's going around like a skimpy outfit and there's just a bunch of cat collars everywhere.
Aye, but way wide. Like she's gone out with she sprayed some sort of aerosol version of Viagra. Essentially, it's just,
and she's fucking. She's asking for it now. Like she's going around the park and just fucking every 2 seconds, just like a diabetic, just fucking just pissing everywhere,
letting people know that she's good to go.
You are fucking sliding in the DMs of every fucking bloke in this place.
But does she know that's what she's doing?
Obviously not.
No,
it's primal. It's just like there's this primal instinct in her. When I had to stop because I talked about this with Mark, I had to stop a dog trying to shag her in the park. And it made us so sad because she was just trying to play.
Aye.
And it was like, I don't think she understands what's happening. There's certain like things in her, like the impulsiveness, like the communication in the park with the pissing and stuff. And she was like sniffing the other dogs as well when they're sniffing her. I don't know if that's just how, I don't know how dogs work. They sniff, they communicate with smells.
You don't know how dogs work? It's 2 gophers in a soup.
Wait.
Just like, the
Front back of a horse.
Aye.
Is it?
Aye.
Fuck, man.
So it's actually just like,
I was wondering when I saw our horse having a smoking break. I think, where's the rest of Peggy?
That's mad. So wait, it's hard.
I thought it was on mushrooms.
Yeah, no, it's hard periods. Just he's got a bloody nose. Guy in the front kick back.
He's got a bust nose. She's had her first haircut now.
Aye?
We've given her a little trim. She looks good.
Does she? What do you do with the wool? Do you donate it to like a dog?
Well, we were
a young dog with dog cancer.
We were worrying that that's what they were up to.
Aye.
We were worried that they were running a racket. Genuinely. The only about the racket I think they were running.
Please. By all fucking means.
Every time we see a dog with a haircut, right? The dog with a haircut looks like a dick, right? It's just been shaved bare,
Aye.
right? And the owners, I'll just like, can't believe they've done that to me dog, right? And we're like, our dog looked class with scraggy hair, but it was getting in the way. It's getting in Peggy's eyes and all that, like, a shit's clinging to it. It's like, you need this fucking trim back. But we're like, why? What's in it for the groomer to fucking take all the hair? And I was like, are they actually like, are they getting, like, is the hair a commodity? Is there something like a fucking...
Well, they'll be able to. I imagine they would be able to do something with it, just in the sense that, like, when they slaughter cows for food, like, every part of that is used. That's why when you eat Hannibal, you're like, hold on, how's their cow in this? And you go, oh, because the lining of the stomach was used for the gelatin used for this. They use every single fucking bit.
Yes, and I was like, are they getting paid for the dog's fur? Is it a commodity that's getting used on like a fucking set costume? Like stuff for a TV show, or I'm being the biggest conspiracy theorist, but on purpose.
Aye.
And I'm like, is there a fucking racket? Why the fuck are all of these dogs getting scalped? There's got to. You can't like the groomer can't just fancy it, and it's not good for business. Well, if you take them right back, because you're not going to get them return custom for another 6 years if they come back at all.
Well, no,
6 years is probably a long time. 6 months.
Well, I also think there's a different type of dog grooming in the UK, just because we've got, like, when you think about dog grooming in America, you think about dog grooming in fucking LA. That's when it's like they get all their little fucking haircuts, and that's, you pay $5-6 grand. I think it's new enough here that it's not cosmetic. It's more. It's not. They're like, your dog needs a haircut because it can't fucking see, right? We're not designer haircutters. We didn't train it fucking dog trimming. Like, we're not going to give it a mohawk. We're not going to give it braids. We're not going to give it this. We're just getting rid of a problem for you here.
Yeah, because I think what it might be as well is like if they get matted fur, because Peggy's fur sometimes gets matted, but we're pretty good at keeping on top of that, like cutting it out if it's matted, or like keeping it brushed and shit. Like, we'll over pamper this dog.
We have to with Ray. So like, only one time we've had to have a bit of her shaved, just because we didn't let it it got matted. And they just fucking shaved that off there, but way down to the skin. Like, it was like one of those, the razors they use for surgery. Like, oh, well, let's get all the way through there. Now they were about to fucking tattoo her.
Like they're getting it operated on.
Aye.
Or you need to use the defib. You just shave a patch to put the defib on. So Natalie was like, I was like, tell you what, if you want them to do a decent job, ask for the hair back. I'm telling you, they're selling it. Just going, we want to keep the hair. Gotta make a voodoo doll so we can train her better.
Google what you could use dog hair for. I imagine,
especially puppy fur.
Markins,
so soft.
Markins for animal porn.
Aye.
Sponges for the poor.
Uh-huh.
Like, just ones, not for private healthcare, but like NHS.
Mm-hmm. Tampons for the poor.
Tampons for the poor. Food for the poor. Welcome to the Tory part of this podcast.
But Natalie was very specific. She just went in and Jessica, I just want that to look like she looked like a couple of weeks back. Just take it back a little bit. You find out what they could do with dog hair. We're kind of getting down a fucking YouTube rabbit hole about
7 things you can do with your dog's fur instead of trashing it.
I wonder how far you would go down a rabbit hole about dog fur before it ended up being the Jews' fault. It's all the internet always takes it back to the Jewish community.
You're going to like the first one.
What?
Knit clothes.
Yarn.
Just like you can spin and knit sheep's wool, you can do the same thing with dog fur. But from mittens to a sweater, a piece of clothing knit from your dog's fur is a special moment. What fucking murderous website is this on? What serial killer American Kennel Club? Shame on you.
It sounds morbid. It's like, you ever see that fucking viral thing?
Can you fucking imagine? Can you, with 100% fucking sincerity, you knitted my son a beautiful little zebra hat for when he was fucking born. If you handed me that, I put it on his head and then came back a week later and be like, I forgot to tell you. That was all of Peggy's fur. That was all of Peggy's fur. And man, this podcast would be fucking over. I would never let you near my son again.
In this leather jacket's my wife's skin.
Yeah, no, we got him neutered. So it's just I got all this extra lit.
Do you want to know where the wool was from?
Mm-hmm.
This will probably mean more to your dad than it'll mean to you. But do you know Griff Rhys-Jones from Smith and Jones, the sketch duet from the 90s?
Uh-huh.
It was from his alpacas.
Oh.
And it wasn't dyed, it was the natural colour of the alpacas.
Oh.
So it was Griff Rhys-Jones' alpaca wool for
There
your
you
son's
go.
hat.
Oh.
That's your son's claim for fame. Which is slightly...
I'm his fucking claim for fame. The fuck are you talking about? So, okay, class, go write yourself something interesting about yourself. Kaelin Sloss, any interesting facts about yourself? Ah, yeah. A hat I had when I was a kid came from another celebrity.
That's so funny.
There's no number 2 on this website because I assume it was removed because it was
a list with one thing you can do is turn it into a yarn. It's genuinely a website that's got a list of one thing.
No, it's got 3 there. I just assumed 2 has been removed because it was like, make your own toilet paper. And they were like, please stop.
So they go over from 1 to 3?
Yeah, 3 is make felted crafts. Felt is a traditional way of, so you can just make a mini version of your dog. Protect your garden. Dogs love to chase animals out of the yard, and the smell of their fur may help deter pests as well. Stuffed burlap stuffed burlap bags or pantyhose with your dog's fur.
Pantyhose?
And tie them around the yard.
Who wrote this? This is a fucking... someone with a fetish?
Man, we need to... This website is why you need to get rid of America. Man, are you fucking mental? Are you this is on a American fucking Kennel Club. The advice is go get your wife's knickers, right? And by the way, with all of your neighbours looking in your garden, stuff your trimmed dog's fur into your wife's fucking pantyhose to stop the cats getting in. This is mental. Clean oil spills? What is this website? Hold on. Right, so the next time BP fuck up, you, me and Peggy are off out to the Atlantic Ocean.
I get the clippers.
Fur is great for soaking up oil. Oh, God. An ecological non-profit that collects hair, fur and fleece clipping uses donations to make mats and containment boots. Well, I guess that's...
There we go. Big oil companies are fucking buying me dog hair.
Just to save the...
So we can ask for it back.
I didn't think it could get any worse.
What?
Stuff pillows.
How bad was 2? I'm like, I won't let Peggy on the bed because it's rank. I sleep in it. I'm not like, shave her and make her into the bed.
Dog fur makes excellent stuffing. If you're crafty, you can sew your own dog toys and fill them with fur rather than synthetic stuffing. For an easier project, consider creating a dog bed if you want to enjoy the comfort of fur yourself. Try making a pillow for the couch. Does your husband have a stressful week? At the end of 5 days of 9 to 5, does he come home wanting a cocktail? Well, how about you wank him off? How about you wank him off and then, with his wank, make him a cocktail? Welcome to American Kennel Club. Fertilise the soil. Pet fur contains a lot of...
Apparently you can grind down their teeth with a pestle and mortar as well and put it into your chili.
My fucking... Is there I might have to send some death threats to this website. American Kennel Club. Jesus fucking Christ.
So it's because of them that every dog's getting absolutely fleeced.
A fucking pillow. I'm glad the pillow was for the dog. That's slightly better.
Pillow for the dog.
But even then,
Getting high on your own supply, isn't it?
imagine go back. You go back to your hairdresser after you've been going to him regularly for 5 years. He's good, doesn't talk to you too much, right? Right amount of conversation. Hey, how are you? Fine. Can read from your attitude. You're not there for a long conversation.
Knows how you take your coffee.
Aye, puts it right in front of you. Doesn't lets you play on your phone. You've been there for 5 years.
Aye.
One day, you walk into the store, right? He's big smile on his face. First time he's done that, he's excited to see you. Hey, made you something nice.
Anyway, he's up to something.
Aye, okay. What's this? What have you done? Just noticed last time you were here, like it was you were there for a long time. It was sore in your bum. Oh, it was sore in my bum actually. Yeah. I was just sat down for a long time. These chairs weren't that comfy. Well, I've made you a pillow
From your own hair.
What?
I've made you a pillow from your own hair. I don't know why my voice has changed. I haven't been doing this the whole time, but once you make somebody a pillow from their own hair, you have to talk like this.
That's
It'll be comfy on your bum. How's your bum?
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's tightening up, but it's certainly comfier on this pillow. Do you do this for all your customers?
Oh no, I'm alright with Steve. It's only you. I just make your stuff for your hair. All right, Paul, just take a seat, mate. I'll be with you in a minute. Milking too. It's on its way, mate. Anyway. Anyway, you want number one this week?
Fucking Jesus.
Just the thought of your hair dryer being creepy, but just with you.
It's just like, I reckon all my other customers would knock me out if I acted this way. But you.
Put your arms into this gown.
Oh.
I never put my arms in the gown the right way. You know, when you get the hairdressers and they've got a gown. Mm-hmm. Every time I get to claim in it, like it's a dressing gown. Like I tie at the front. They're like, no, the full arms front, and I get to put my arms into the front. And any time I get to put my arms into the front, they're like, this cunt never put a dressing gown on before. What the fuck's wrong with this cunt? I'm sure they just do the opposite of whatever you start with, because it wouldn't matter, right?
I can't remember where it was, but it was one of, you get haircuts on the road in this fucking job. Man, I walked into one place and the gown, I've never seen this before, and I've not seen it since, and I don't know why, because it should be the fucking standard. The gown had a little fucking clear bit there, so you could be on your phone the whole time. Right? I can tell you who ruined that. Wankers.
Think someone playing with themselves?
100%. First thing that crossed my mind was why I was on my phone. 100%.
Hold on, that wouldn't be ruined it. That would be like, oh shit, some of them are wanking under the gown. We need to make all of them see through. I don't want to miss that.
No, I'd reckon it's because it's closed off. But
God, there is perverts out there. No one's wanking themselves underneath the hairdresser gown.
Absolutely, they are. 100 fucking %.
Why?
You have too much faith in humanity. Why do people do any of the fucking things they do? Why do people come between toes? Why do people drink piss, Kai? People are fucking weird.
I saw an article for someone in Preston lay on a park bench with chips on his crotch, when, his pants down, because he wanted the seagulls to come down and peck his dick.
There you go. Why did he do that?
So he's the guy that's wanking in the hairdresser, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that is just because you know how you hear some fucking as a bloke, you just hear some mental stories from women. Yeah, I hear it a lot from my New York friends. How common. I was on a train and then a guy started masturbating in front of me, because that's never happened to me because I'm not a woman. If somebody started masturbating on a train beside me, I'd go,
Up your standards, man. You can do better than this. Have some self-worth. What are you working out on me for?
Or I'd be like, I don't know, am I on the wanking carriage? Hold on, have I bought tickets for the wrong compartment? It's such an alien thing to me because I've just never seen it and I would never do it. But that doesn't mean it doesn't happen at least once a day on the New York subway. So I reckon, ladies, if you're a lady hairdresser, have you ever had somebody wank in store while you were giving them a haircut? I bet it's happened. I bet it has.
I hope it's a no. I hope they're just like, nah, actually.
Bet it's a fetish.
Getting your haircut.
And I bet it's about the gowns. I bet it's I bet that's what it is, right? Is if you can get away with a wank in public while she's doing your hair and it's over her and she doesn't know you're wanking and you can get away with it, absolutely, that's somebody's kink.
Aye.
Matty's.
Matty. First person I thought of.
That's why he's always got such nice hair.
Yeah, it's glorious.
Right, there you go, Matty. There's a compliment wrapped in a fucking insult.
You got nice hair, you tosser.
You fucking sick bastard. Nice hair, you pervert.
Nice hair, where'd you get that done? The brothel.
Pincer.
Me and Matty had one of those, not weird, but one of those exchanges that male friends have where they where they've not spoken to each other in a while and they want to talk to each other because they miss each other, but they can't at any moment acknowledge that they missed each other. So you want to start a conversation to check in, but you also just can't check in with your guy friends. You go like, hey buddy, how are you? And not because not because I'm toxic, but if one of my guy friends was to go, hey, how are you? I'm like, who said what to you? Why are you suddenly reaching out? Who said what that I'm not handling my shit, that you're coming around behind me? So you've got to be like, that Arsenal game today.
That's what I love about football chat. It's a good pocket above small talk beneath deep conversation.
Yeah, but
you can just sit in that pocket all the time.
It can get into the. I mean, we spoke because it got us into the conversation. I was asking him about, he's got his engagement party coming up. He was obviously asking about Kaelin, and the second we started.
Did you see him?
No.
He was on the phone.
I've not seen him. I've not seen. I missed him. I've not seen him in ages.
So you rang him?
No.
So you text him?
I text him because he hadn't I text him and then he had that. But, I'm sorry if not text you. I just assumed you were busy with the baby, and I was like, it's all right. I was busy. Well, Cara was, and I had to watch that. I wasn't busy with the baby. I was just near someone that was busy with a baby.
Matty, I was in Dublin with Cullen Baldy.
Baldy.
Fucking love that caught on.
Man, because literally, I recorded that just to bully Colin for no reason, and now it's
working a treat.
Wow.
If you ever see any of his shows, please heckle him with it.
Aye, but time the heckle.
Don't
Don't fuck his jokes up. Not that type of heckling.
Do it as he finishes. It's like I've been. I said David Cullen. Just forgot my mate's name. I've been Ryan Cullen. Good night. Instead of clapping,
yeah, just go.
Just like all of you at once. Instead of clapping, just go Baldy, and then like.
And we do have to explain that because we were talking about this just before the podcast. One of our friends. Oh no, sorry. Finish your Matty story.
Oh yeah, one of our lovely patrons, Layla. Has got Matty's a Pincer tattoo.
No.
Aye. She's got like a crudely drawn crab on her arm because of Matty.
It doesn't say Matty's a Pincer.
It doesn't.
Oh, right,
it can be left vague, but it is we had.
But that's the meaning behind it.
We had the Twitch community during lockdown with Al Gavarain. Like obviously, it's kind of like I've been fucking travelling around again, back to work. I haven't been doing it, but they've been like still keeping together. And Shirley Button, Brianna, who's another parent, keeps it going. And then to keep the Team Muggins thing alive, they do the Matty's a Pincer thing at 40 minutes past the hour, where the pince. So it's actually like a symbol of the community.
Okay, good.
It's the Matty's a Pincer. So like it boils down from Matty's a Pincer, but it connects out to the community. So it has meaning. Okay, well, I have made Matty being a pincer have meaning to people who are connected from all over the world, and it is my masterpiece. It is my Sistine Chapel. It is my Dark Tower series. It's like, what's the word for it? Where you've got
pinnacle.
It's like, when somebody's got it's like a fucking French word or something like bureau de change. And it's not piece de resistance. It's my avant-garde. It's my
carte blanche.
Carte blanche. There's people screaming at the podcast. Opus Morandi. Opus Moridi.
Oh, reason to be. That's Latin.
I know. I'm getting there. I went via France. How do you get a Latin? Fucking hell. I'm sure it's like Opus Moredi or something like that. Magnus Opus. Magnus Opus.
You're Magnus Opus. And that's. Oh, wait. You're raising Detra?
I think it's Magnus Opus. I think we found it.
Well, I think
what's raising Detra?
Reason to be.
Is it? You finding Magnus Opus?
Magnus.
Opus, the strong man from Iceland.
Magnum Opus, a work of art or literature that's regarded as the most important or best work that of an artist. Magnum Opus. There you
Magnum
go.
Opus, champion.
Who's no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Should we pause for a coffee and then maybe record another one?
Aye, for the fucking patients.
Parents.
Aye.
So we'll put this out. This is today's Monday.
Yep.
And everyone else will get it Wednesday.
Yep.
And if you're listening on Wednesday, join Patreon, get your bonus episode. We're going to record that after we've had a coffee since we're in full swing.
Alright, right. It's good to be back. That is us back in normal capacity. To the Patreons that did stick with us throughout the month of replacement bus service, we do appreciate.
Mark was fucking amazing. We're
was
gonna
so
have to get
good.
it. We're gonna have to get. We'll promise the patrons, all three of us, podcast because fucking Mark's been. He's had me in fucking bits, man, the last few weeks.
Alright, we'll definitely get him through. Yes. So, welcome back. Thanks for your patience. It's good to be back. Fuck off.